The 2024 Tasmanian and International Chapter Architecture Awards are proudly supported by the Australian Institute of Architects National Corporate Partners. Allspec, Bondorma Techno, BlueScope, Brickworks, Dulux, Builders Lysart, Modex, Architecture Media, Planned Cover, and Image Makers Association, as well as the chapter partners Access Solutions, Aldenmark, Bear Brother, Southern Lighting and Distribution, Tasmanian Heritage Council. For over 40 years, the Australian Institute of Architects has been a pillar for upholding the evolving excellence of our industry. Like the Institute, the passage of time is a testament to stability, yet is always in motion. With each passing year, our profession moves forward, shaping communities, pushing boundaries, and redefining the architectural landscape across Australia and abroad. Tonight, we capture this moment in time, celebrating the achievements and impact of our members, teams, and projects. Welcome to the 2024 Tasmanian and International Chapter Architecture Awards.
The SWT Blythe Student Prize. Rehabilitating Queenstown, Tas, Connecting People with Heritage and History by Chin Jun Ren. Global Studio, Barcelona and the Example District by Hamish Saul. Rivulet Social Housing, An Elemental Approach by James Jackson. Queenstown Dialect, A Respectful Dialogue with the Host Structure by James Jackson. Procession, Architecture of Dialectics at Flagstaff Gully Quarry by Jessie Ann Pang-Q. Architecture for the Dead by Jingjiang Chen. Ruin Potential by Luke Pendergast. Metanoia by Melissa Lau. Overlap City by Pei Kai Tan. Green Vertical Community, Hobart CBD Apartment by Rongzhao Wang. Extension to the Beaconsfield Cemetery, Offerings for Kairos by Steph Papastavro. And Speculative Housing Futures, The Wave Apartment by Zachary Tregenza. The SWT Blythe Student Prize. Hamish's project, Barcelona and the Example District, presents a set of considered interventions in the existing fabric of the Sudar residential block. The strong conceptual ideas translate convincingly from city to human scale, represented with clarity through a suite of evocative collages and concise diagrams. The work is underpinned by the synthesis of research findings into a clear set of strategies. These are clearly articulated and respond to historical, climatic and urban conditions through a sensitive tectonic approach to the interventions. The resolution of the mixed-use brief, woven into the existing fabric, demonstrates a strong engagement with ideas of spatial hierarchy, fine-grained concentration of activity and landscape connectivity. Alongside the elemental quality of the built interventions, the broader urban scale moves of unlocking courtyards and connecting public spaces overcomes the challenges of the existing housing typology and proposes a compelling speculative future. Supporting drawings, vignettes, and the conceptual model clearly communicate the project strategies with precision and playfulness. The approach to the project is both poetic and pragmatic, acknowledging the layers of history and recognising the latent potential for future development. The Imagine Project Award. Lisa and Matt's Place by Beckenham. Patrick Street by Andrew Campbell and Georgina Russell. Lenoma Street by Light Architecture. And the Friends School Redevelopment Project by Bence Mulcahy with H2O Architects. The Imagine Project Award. The Imagine Project Award is given to the Friends School Redevelopment Project as testament to the collective efforts of Imagine members in leadership, collaboration and architectural expertise. The initial partnership with H2O Architects provided Bence Mulcahy with the opportunity to contribute to the practice's first large-scale educational project. Further to this, project procurement following the development approval stage provided the young practice with an opportunity to independently take the project through to completion. Their collaborative approach led to a design outcome which seamlessly integrated this larger scale urban development within its historic surroundings. This was evident in the Revel Centre Heritage Streetscape Studies, which demonstrated the team's dedication to thoughtful intervention given the sensitive context. Their use of subtle design gestures exemplified their commitment to architectural excellence. The project was led and staffed by a team of emerging architects, including the practice director, whose guidance inspired a cultural collaboration of innovation, ensuring the delivery of architectural excellence. The team's proficiency in collaboration and client engagement were pivotal in shaping the project's trajectory and navigated the intricate demands of the heritage site. Meticulous documentation, attention to public realm features, and adept handling of contractual issues further enriched the project's quality. The project's success is a testament to the team's ingenuity and collaborative spirit, setting a standard for emerging architects in the industry. Emerging Architect Prize. Over the course of his career, Keith Westbrook has demonstrated relentless dedication to the profession through outstanding contributions to architectural design, practice culture, community outreach, and architectural leadership within Tasmania and across Australia. Graduating with first-class honours from UTAS, Keith went on to work and flourish in leading Australian architectural practices in Tasmania and Victoria, which led him to his current role as a director at Cumulus, which he now leads from Tasmania. Keith has contributed to a wide range of leading projects across Tasmania and interstate, including the recently completed Goulburn Street housing in Hobart and in his role as principal architect for Protagonist at the Arts Centre Melbourne. Keith was also instrumental in establishing Cumulus's national presence, whilst also delivering the Protagonist project. We found this both a demonstration of Keith's leadership by example and the calibre and relevance of Tasmanian architectural practice to a broader national audience. Keith exemplifies an unyielding commitment and passion to architecture at all stages of his career, from his role as caretaker of the Dorney House at Fort Nelson to volunteering with Open House Hobart, to participating and co-chairing both Darkside, the UTAS architectural student organisation and Imagine representative bodies, to then being elected to the Victorian Chapter Council. During this time, Keith has been dedicated in his participation and generous with his contributions. Keith is a leading voice and practitioner of Tasmanian architecture and a worthy recipient of the 2024 Tasmanian Emerging Architect Prize.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
Colorbond Award for Steel Architecture. Wattlebird House by Scott Flett Architecture Workshop. And Sweet Shed by Also Can. The Colorbond Award for Steel Architecture The Wattlebird House is a jewellery box of architectural ideas. A home carefully crafted for the varied needs of an extended family, it has been skillfully oriented on a difficult corner site to maximise the potential of existing and restored landscapes and captured views and sunlight. The architects have demonstrated considerable skill in resolving this construction, including the use of bespoke structural systems, custom glazing suite fabrication, and a roofing system that capitalises on the inherent qualities of BlueScope Colorbond steel products. The jury was impressed by the attention paid to the environmental sustainability of the project. This has extended across the design from the selection of materials and construction systems to thermal performance and building services. At a component level, the architects have expanded their scope by prototyping, testing and implementing a unique 3D digitally printed roof capping detail. This custom element has facilitated simple and cost-effective forming of challenging junctions between roofing sheets and different pitches.
In the quest to design enduring yet functional buildings and spaces, navigating your material choices can be daunting. That's where Lysart excels, a business committed to simplifying the process and inspiring your creativity. Our expertise can streamline your path from concept to completion, ensuring your designs stand the test of time. Let us be your partner in building better.
Commercial architecture. Lexus of Tasmania and Omitanashi by BYA with Core Collective Architects. The Colin Philp Award for Commercial Architecture. The sole commercial tenancy of the Rocks Apartments project, Lexus of Tasmania and Omitanashi, is an exemplary demonstration of optimised customer experience, memorable interior character, and enhanced commercial outcomes within a defined and constrained footprint. The highly innovative melding of a luxury Japanese car showroom with a limited seating, Japanese-inspired dining experience is a conceptual masterstroke that has been skillfully brought to life via the interior design approach. Technology and tradition are intertwined, with hybrid and electric vehicles counterpointed by crafted Tasmanian oak reveals to openings and battened wall linings, and softly variated curtains wrapping the central core in a single organic gesture. The largely windowless section of the tenancy beyond the protruding residential core is deftly integrated into the customer experience. A sense of procedural ritual is created from the predominantly glazed showroom to the intimate setting of the Omitanashi 12-seat dining table. Lighting expands the sensory experience, highlights the products on display, and presents a warm glow to the exterior, inviting in customers, visitors, and passers-by. Lexus of Tasmania and Omitanashi is an outstanding addition to the commercial landscape of the city of Hobart. Commercial architecture. The Embassy of Australia, Washington DC by Bates Smart. And Je ne sais quoi Villas by EMKC3. Award for Commercial Architecture. The new Australian Embassy in Washington sits confidently on its site in Massachusetts Avenue, an exemplar of refined and innovative commercial architecture that offers up to Washington subtle colours of the Australian landscape. The variegated staccato of the bespoke copper cladding fins catches the light in different hues throughout the day, while the glazed facade between the fins emerges translucent into the evening twilight. Shadow lines, recesses and rhythm are deployed to refine subtle massing elements and reference to fault lines of a rocky outcrop. The built form maximises the permissible building envelope. It allows for a Tarkine-inspired sunken garden at the southwest corner, whose soft landscaping will connect spatially to the main entry drop-off at ground level above. The generosity of the central light-filled atrium is remarkable, cloaked in deep honeyed blonde horizontal layers of vertically stacked native timber veneers and screens. Security and circulation routes are rigorously streamlined, yet with a clever shifting of the core at upper level, staff from different siloed departments are brought back together into a vertically oriented social space, which borrows light from the soaring atrium. Meanwhile, Australian artists are quietly championed, with striking commissions for bespoke furniture, art and textiles, organised through a collaboration with the DIA. Educational architecture. The Freer Farm Agricultural Centre of Excellence by Philip Lighton Architects. The Cottage School by Taylor and Hines Architects. The Hutchins School Pre-Kinder by Rose Veer Stevenson. The Friends School Redevelopment Project by Bence Mulcahy with H2O Architects. The Workshop and Levy Studios by X2 Architects with BVN. St Virgil's College, new Year 11 and 12 facilities by Tim Penny Architecture and Interiors. Larapi Child and Family Learning Centre by Jaws Architects. And River's Edge Building, University of Tasmania by Wardle. Commendation for Educational Architecture. The Friends School redevelopment is commended for its successful interventions within a complex and previously ad hoc school precinct. The new works have renewed the old space and found opportunities for adaptation, while bringing a rich materiality and attention to finer detail to daily lives of the occupants. At a civic scale, the project sensitively knits into the urban fabric of its residential neighbourhood, along with the heritage and other significant architectural elements of the site. The project activates the street edge through attention to detail, character and user experience. Award for Educational Architecture. At the entrance to the Hutchins School Pre-Kinder, a netted ceiling stretched overhead announces the primary intervention in the existing building envelope. This achieves a shift in scale, purpose and interaction, focused as it is on the students experiencing the first day of their education. The intervention is the reconstruction of a poor-performing linear skylight into a raised roof lantern with enhanced solar shading and opportunity for natural ventilation. The shift in available volume is embraced and integrated into a series of child-friendly spaces that support exploration, social interaction and refuge. The new roof lantern affords a double-height configuration of functional and cavernous spaces below and an engaging play space above. Portal windows through to the adjacent gymnasium in the school provide a glimpse into the students' future education. The existing space is skillfully repurposed and reimagined with a warm, welcoming and robust material palette. The main education space is articulated by floor finishes and joinery that subtly address their role of arrival, play, water play, gathering and quiet time. The retained ceiling and sliding door system, with upgraded glazing, highlight the considered use of budget and sensitive integration of the new insertions. A clear and engaging water story is revealed to the students with the visible collection of roof water, storage and pumping to the central water table. The playful use of natural light and colour further enhance the experience of the delightful Hutchins School Pre-Kinder. Award for Educational Architecture. The Cottage School is a small, independent primary school providing a curriculum focused on the holistic development of young people. The jury was impressed by the way in which the architects embraced their client's ethos and their skill in translating this into an informed and purposeful solution. The architects and school collaborated to produce a master plan and order of priorities that intelligently developed opportunities latent in the scale of the existing buildings and setting. At its core, the project demonstrates the capacity of well-crafted environments to foster student engagement and nurture learning. Outdoor classrooms and play areas and a new veranda transitioning between indoor and outdoor spaces inspire, delight and encourage imaginative play. The role of the natural environment in stimulating the senses has been skillfully incorporated in partnership with the landscape architect. The versatile, new and repurposed internal spaces have been orchestrated with an understanding of scale, detail, acoustics and colour to create an exceptional teaching and learning environment. Award for Educational Architecture. Nestled amongst local schools and large gum trees, Larapi Child and Family Learning Centre welcomes the Wynyard community. The centre uses known, familiar and homely architecture to invite and comfort those using the building and its services. A curved canopy stretches out to signal the point of entry and usher the community in through a foyer into the facility's shared kitchen area, the heart of any home. From here, a series of spaces feel self-contained despite being part of one larger space, a mechanism the architects have used to allow the centre's staff to maintain gentle connections. A series of smaller, separated spaces flank the main area. These spaces are tactfully obscured as they contain more private enclaves, including consultation rooms, offices, amenities and services. The architect's approach to the interiors of the project is a highlight, with a joyful colour palette and a thoughtfully curated selection of materials that is both playful and calming. Visual connection to the external environment is constant. Raised ceilings lift towards views of the adjacent treetops, low-positioned windows frame nearby pastures, and a continuous, gutterless canopy celebrates the drama of rain. All provide moments of intrigue and delight to the building's occupants. The centre's community-focused contributions extend beyond the building form to the landscape and include integrated seats within the fence to convert impromptu car park conversations into longer social engagements, fostering deeper connections and community. The Sydney Blythe Award for Educational Architecture. The River's Edge building is a dramatic addition to the University of Tasmania's Inveresk precinct, creating a respectful and impactful space for students, staff and community amongst the dynamic landscape. Positioned adjacent to the Tamar River, the building's strength is grounded in its contextual sensitivity, capacity to maximise daylight and its ability to complement surrounding heritage structures while providing state-of-the-art teaching and learning spaces. The building's resounding success, though, is the way it thoughtfully incorporates and foregrounds the Raiwana Centre and Cultural Garden, providing a blueprint for best practice. River's Edge combines contemporary features, while at the same time referencing and reinterpreting the historic sawtooth vernacular of the site's industrial past. The materiality of the building is warm. It embraces the outside environment, and its verticality both encourages movement throughout as well as provides flights for the imagination as the gaze is lifted upwards. Small Project Architecture. Terroir Hobart Office by Terroir. And Unshackled, a Convict Memorial by Circa Morris Nan Chua Architects. Award for Small Project Architecture. Unshackled unlocks the stories of Tasmania's convict history and invites viewers into an immersive experience within the confines of the eerie 1860 Courtroom 2 at the Hobart Penitentiary. This is a project which demonstrates in a visceral way the power of technology when combined in an intelligent way with the built environment. The digital panels and projections are simple yet highly effective in creating a deeply engaging environment. The addition of small design gestures, such as strip lighting under furniture, accentuates existing components of the courtroom, creating additional drama and intrigue. This small project opens a door to new interpretations of Tasmania's past and holds the attention of users in its interactive functionality. Most importantly, in the context of these awards, it will bring new and welcome attention to some of Tasmania's most significant historic periods. The Peter Wilmot Award for Small Project Architecture. The architects have shown both great courage and remarkable restraint in the fit-out of their own offices in a leased council-owned heritage building adjacent to Mawson's Place in Hobart. What may have easily been a somewhat unforgiving outcome, after stripping out walls and doors, in fact, presents as a playful, imaginative and heartening space destined to inspire creativity. Within a monochromatic and natural timber palette, The architects have shown inventiveness in introducing light, resolving structural and water ingress issues, and creating an engaging aesthetic that arouses curiosity and stimulates conversation. A clear set of protocols have been developed and applied that emphasise the layering effects and narrative of uses over time, while achieving a high degree of intended functionality, while other features may have arisen purely by allowing chance to play a role in the outcome. The architects have deliberately created a space that is able to significantly advance thinking and dialogues around sustainability. In this project, they clearly define the current priorities of their practice and walk the talk in a very pragmatic way. With only a month-by-month rental agreement, we hope there are many opportunities for their future clients to witness the challenging and inventive approach demonstrated by this excellent project. Small project architecture. Plastic Pavilion by Terroir. Commendation for small project architecture. A poetic provocation that engages and extends the temporary pavilion typology, the plastic pavilion sits lightly and elegantly in this historic fishing boat harbour in Copenhagen. Providing both an eloquent public exhibition space and a provocative dialogue about the sustainability of architecture and recycling of ubiquitous plastics, its curvy 3D printed feet, scattered frames and floating roof elements disperse around the heritage square and statue, contrasting with the cobblestones and curvy bronze flesh, and challenging current paradigms of sustainability with a multi-layered narrative. Public architecture. Acticity Centre for Dance and Movement-Based Arts by Gall & Associates. Kimber Market Redevelopment by Pawa Architecture. And the Embassy of Australia, Washington DC by Bates Smart. Commendation for Public Architecture. A design process founded upon careful analysis of the needs of the community has delivered a simple and elegant building that is clearly having a hugely positive impact on the lives of its many users. Improving safety for the mostly female market traders was a key objective. This informed the creation of a separated entrance zone for vendors, provision of on-site banking, and an open and permeable plan that promotes passive surveillance. The market is naturally breezy, beneath a lofty steel roof that echoes the form of the existing buildings and creates a welcoming civic presence. Award for Public Architecture. Vasprem's new dance centre has been skillfully integrated into its surrounding context as a vibrant new cultural hub between the new urban piazza facing the city and university and a softer park-like landscape. The architects took an uninspiring collection of buildings and addressed a complicated brief with rigorous aplomb. They confidently addressed many challenging issues, including urban design and connectivity, the creation of new public space, as well as heritage, restoration, and sustainability. At the centre of the project is the immaculately restored former Children's Hospital. Other, more functional structures from Hungary's post-war era have been preserved and cleverly transformed, retaining the embodied carbon within whilst being cohesively incorporated and connected to each other. With a refined plan and section and a controlled palette of materials, a well-considered community facility and series of internal and external spaces has been achieved. The articulated modernist aesthetic of the curtain walling, together with a cleverly expressed structure, is a bold but successful counterpoint to the restored heritage buildings. This new amenity has successfully revitalised a